all smile at what we go through. We'll stop to
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today, as you can see, Timmy's live, but Timmy's not there. Oh shit! I didn't use. Oh, actually, it's fine. I didn't use a Timmy intro because Timmy's not here. All right. But they're going to talk about Syria and I guess, a supposed troop withdrawal or lowering of the amount of troops there. Before I get started, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, and then donate. Do it. That intro song, I don't know why it's banned in Russia and Belarus, but it is. Maybe it sounds too uplifting and happy. Even though the lyrics don't actually say something uplifting and happy, but whatever. I mean, it kind of does. Whatever, it's the 90s, okay? Shut up. Anyways, alright, so when you see this chat rolling by, these guys are actually live right now. So what you see in the chat might not actually be representing what we're hearing, right? Because I rewinded, I paused it, and I wanted, they're going to talk about Syria, and I think they're going to miss some things. I don't know, on purpose or not. I don't know, but let's go over it. Fuck it. These are things even I know about, right? You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, here's Timcast without Timmy here. Sad day. Here we go. It better not fast forward after I hit play. Better not.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go to this story.
Nice.
Which is actually some good
Nice.
news.
All right, we're good.
The U.S. is withdrawing hundreds of troops from Syria. From the New York Times, the end of the Assad
hundreds
has reduced some threats, but the Islamic State has shown renewed strength in the country. Well, that's because the Islamic State is now the people in charge.
Horrifying.
They won.
They're in charge.
Yeah, they were overthrown. What's funny is that Trump gets credit for the ceasefire in Israel, right? Israel, Gaza. He gets credit for that ceasefire, but also wasn't Assad overthrown by what this guy's calling ISIS? Also around the time where Trump got elected, but he didn't get credit for that. That was just like, I don't know. Maybe that was the deep state, and the other thing is Trump being, peacemaker. Although that war ended up continuing on. Whatever. No logic needed. Let's continue.
I think it's a good idea to get Americans out of harm's way over there.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow.
The United States has started drawing down hundreds of troops from northern Syria.
Hundreds.
A reflection of the shifting security environment in the country since the fall of President Bashar al-Assad in December, but also a move that carries risk. The military is shuttering 3 of its 8 small operating bases in the country's northeast, reducing troop levels to about 1,400 from 2,000. Two senior U.S. officials said.
Damn, that's actually interesting. Because, I should do this. I should start this video over because I should have played a particular video first. Fuck it. We'll do it in live. We'll do it in real time. Fuck it. No editing here. I'm too lazy to. Right, cooking with Jack. Enjoy it. I always like the whatchamacallit, the Jimmy Dore version of this. But let's try this. Let's see what happens.
I want to thank the president for the job they've done. Again, this has been thousands of years in the process between these countries and other countries that we're involved with 7,000 miles away. So we want to worry about our things. We're keeping the oil. We have the oil. The oil is secure. We left troops behind only for the oil. And
how many?
I have to just finish by saying that the president and I have been We've been very good friends. We've been friends for a long time.
Oh, no, it's saying it. Where's the one where he's saying the troop count? Where's this at? Where's that? Because, okay, you see this right here where he's like 2,000 U.S. troops to be pulled from Syria, right? That's 6 years ago. But these are all 5 years ago. So but he's like, no, we're gonna leave the troops there. I think it's around 2,000. Where's the? Do we have Jimmy? Let's go to Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore, Trump, oil. Let's see if this way. Okay. It's actually funny too.
Silver lining. The intelligence community. So this is one of my favorite videos. Donald Trump sometimes.
It's our hero, Jimmy
not
Dore.
because the intelligence community hates Donald Trump.
It's just
not
for
because
men,
he's
Jimmy.
Not willing to go along with them. They hate them because he accidentally tells the truth, and then fucks up their plans, right? And they don't know how to control this asshole, right? Because he's willing to lie, he just doesn't know the lies, right? Like for instance, here he is. They're talking about Syria.
Then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil.
Yeah, you're not. Ixnay on the oil, No. That's the inside conversation.
You could just see a staff fumbling with papers. No, you're spent to freedom and to fucking democracy and the fucking. What are you doing with the oil?
Here's what I picture his staff. His picture of staff is
Then
like.
they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. I took the oil.
God is fine.
This is Jimmy's funniest thing I've ever seen.
Maybe we should take it, but we have the oil right now. The United States has the oil. So they say he left troops in Syria. No.
Go to commercial.
We're protecting the oil. We have the oil.
The Wall Street Journal.
Moved.
God damn it. Where does he say 2,000 troops at? Because he says it. He says it here.
You want to hear it again? Because it's kind of awesome.
Then they say he left troops in Syria. You know what I did?
I don't mind hearing it
left
again.
Troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. I took over
We're taking the oil. We're not taking the
Well,
oil.
maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
We're protecting the facility.
Oh, maybe we should take it, but we have
She
gives them it out.
Yeah, the newspaper's like, well, we're
Wait.
not taking the. Oh.
the oil right now. The United States has the oil. So they say he left troops in Syria. No, I got rid of all of them other than we're protecting the oil. We have the oil.
The Wall Street Journal.
Moved.
That's it.
That's the whole
That's it, he
clip?
keeps saying-
Fuck. Damn it. Next. News story, maybe? Can I do this? 2,000 groups. Oh. Syria. Trump. No, it's going to give me the news story. I don't want the new one. I want the years ago story. Oh, see, on December 19th, 2024. That's new. After the fall of Assad regime, the Pentagon revealed that there were around 2,000 troops in Syria. But that was already a known thing.
The last one.
Okay, see this one? Yeah. 2000, October 31st, 2019. U.S. troop levels rose from 500 when Trump took office to an official Pentagon estimate of 2,000 troops by the end of 2017. They fell at blah, blah, blah. Okay, there it is. I just wanted to show you that beforehand. Or that was supposed to be shown beforehand, but I forgot to play it. Anyways, I'm sure you had a good time. That was funny. Here's a... Now let's hear them go over the story. Here we go.
It's like a Kafka trap. If you say, "Oh, I don't pay attention," well, then that's confirmation that you're a Trumper or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So the political article is showing that they increased troops in Syria. All right, they increased troops. Trump did, and left them there for Biden. So let's continue.
I do think that
What did
that's
Biden
a
do
new
with that?
thing, but I don't think that it's it's that politics
And
is
it's frozen? Okay.
What is that? What?
Nothing.
Anyways, all right.
I was passing notes earlier.
Yeah, we're going to go to this story, which is actually some good news. The U.S. is withdrawing hundreds of troops from Syria. From the New York Times, the
Let's hear it
end of
all
the
over
Assad
again.
era has reduced some
Pretend
threats,
the
but
beginning didn't
Islamic State
happen.
has shown renewed strength in the country.
Except for Third Eye
Well,
Blind.
that's because the Islamic State is now the
They're in
people in charge.
Horrifying.
They won.
They're in charge.
Um,
I think it's a good idea to get Americans out of harm's way over there.
Sure.
Yeah.
The
Hell yeah, that's
United
what they're there
States started
for.
Drawing down hundreds of troops from northern Syria in a reflection of the shifting security environment in the country since the fall of President Bashar al-Assad in December, but also a move that carries risk. The military is shuttering 3 of its 8 small operating bases in the country's northeast, reducing troop levels to about 1,400 from 2,000. Two senior U.S. officials said. The bases are Mission Support Site Green Village, MSS Euphrates, and a third, much smaller facility. After 60 days, the officials said, American commanders will assess whether to make additional cuts. Commanders have recommended keeping at least 500 U.S. troops in Syria, one official has said. Now, these guys that are...
So to go back to the original total that Trump started with, all right? He started with 500, went up to 2,000, and now wants to... Right now, he's going down to 1,400, apparently, according to this article that they're reading, and then eventually 500 again. Interesting. Let's continue.
In Syria, first of all, right, this is a direct contradiction to what Kamala Harris said on the campaign trail, that there was no U.S. forces in other countries. She complete. Oh yeah. Not only did she say that,
Okay, that's
but
like
there
so
were guys.
lie.
Yeah, I mean it was
What?
completely BS. But there were no U.S. forces in war zones. I think was the actual.
That was a funny video, and they're like, "Where are we
Yeah.
right now?"
And there was a video made by some servicemen.
It was
They're
freezing.
just sitting there watching, and they're
Is that a
like,
Rumble thing?
"Well, where the hell are we?" Because they were overseas. So, but anyways,
What was that, bro? Whatever. Trump lies too. Whatever. Let's keep it going.
this kind of,
Hopefully you know that already,
pull
unless
out
you're an
by
idiot.
the United States, these guys that are getting pulled out, like these were not regular army. These guys were combat. They were combat guys. They were probably most likely Green Berets.
Just keeps freezing.
Working with
It's
local
crazy.
forces, or maybe they were Delta guys doing direct action. And now that they're not, now that Assad's not in charge, I don't know what they would be doing.
Well, when Assad was in charge, we just heard Trump just say 50 fucking times in a row, we're keeping oil. We're there for the oil. I'm leaving troops there for the oil. Duh. Now, if George W. Bush said that, these new coming political people would be very upset. If Biden said that, there'd be mixtapes on that fool by these same idiots. Anyone that's buying into this narrative, you're a baby in regards to foreign policy. If I had to guess. Yeah. I mean, they could have been there for the oil. Maybe they weren't in warfare. I didn't hear any reports of U.S. soldiers dying in Syria when Trump was in office, when he had 2,000 troops there. I heard more about these rebel groups that he called ISIS, right? Fighting Assad troops, and the U.S. playing as their air force, essentially. And also funding them at the same time. Funding those same guys that he's calling ISIS or ISIL or Al-Qaeda or whatever the fuck he wants to call them. Yeah, the U.S. was funding those guys that he called ISIS. While Trump was also claiming to destroy the ISIS caliphate at the same time, too. Interesting. Very interesting how that works. Very fucking interesting. Now, if you're a Timmy fan and you showed up here, what do you have to say about that? What do you have to say? I know Timmy's not telling you these things. I know Timmy will hide the truth from you because he's full of shit and he's here for your money and your viewership and your attention and your ears to feed you fucking bullshit. This guy, I don't know what he is. He seems like he's just filled the boner. He is what he is. He's just a penis. You know? He might be a dumb fuck for all I know. Like, he knows nothing. He knew about, the rebel troops are ISIS. He knew that somehow. But is he going to bring up, like, what years are these guys being funded? Or how do we know they're ISIS? Or on and so forth. How does he know these things? Would this guy lie to you to protect Donald Trump? Would he do that? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's continue. Once again, don't forget those first videos I played. Don't forget them. Here we go.
Because the current government there is terrorists. They were formerly ISIS.
Shit.
These guys are as bad as they come. This is not an upgrade. Bashar al-Assad.
They better bring up the.
Say, Bashar al-Assad.
They better bring up the elephant in the room. That's all I'm saying. But here we go.
Because the current.
Damn, who funded? Who helped them?
Is terrorists. They were formerly ISIS. These guys are.
How do you know this?
As bad as they come. This is not an upgrade. Bashar al-Assad. I know there are people that say, Bashar al-Assad. He was actually much, much better. He protected Christians and blah blah blah. And there is some truth to that, but he wasn't better because he was brutal and stuff. So it's just different, Say
He at least protected the Christians.
Yeah, but new boss, same as the old boss. Like this. So now.
So Assad is the same as ISIS. I don't think I've heard anyone say that one before, other than the U.S. State Department. They've said that because they needed a reason or an excuse to bomb them, which would help the rebels that they were funding inch up and take up territory until Assad finally fell. So they needed Assad to be projected as just as bad as ISIS, as far as I understand narrative-wise. I mean, you could have simply just let Syrians handle it themselves, but you can't do that, right? You need foreign fighters who are not from fucking Syria to show up. A lot of them are not from Syria, let's be honest. They show up and they fight. They wage a war that American media would call a civil war, even though these guys are not from fucking Syria. Take over the fucking country. And the U.S. will help them do it. And then we'll say, shit, look. Damn, how did ISIS become the president of of Syria? How'd that happen? How did ISIS become the government of Syria? And now they'll use that excuse and be like, this is why it's okay for Israel to take over Syria. Because it's ISIS in charge. And a lot of dumb motherfuckers fell for it. You got fucking hustled, bro. Someone said, hey man, here's $1. Well, they take your wallet out of your back pocket and take $20 out. Like, man, a free $1. Wow, thanks. You got fucking hustled. It is what it is. Granted, once again, if you don't know about it, fine. That's fair enough. But if you're just learning now, please don't shoot the messenger, bro. Don't shoot at me. Pause. Don't throw rocks at me because I'm saying shit that I heard before. Look into it for yourself. And then you tell me what's going on. Are my claims bullshit? They could be. Please, look into it. That might be too much work for some people, but whatever. All right, let's continue.
They're going after Christians, but they were going after everybody before too, But it is good to see.
Ironically enough, Israel was bombing Syria during Christmas. When they do Christmas celebrations, they'd actually put a giant Christmas tree up in Syria because, as far as most accounts go, they were secular versus, super jihadi Islamic terrorist jihadis, which is a perception that was brainwashing the people, and they now think every Arab nation is like that, when that might not be the case. Not saying Assad is some sort of angel or anything like that. Or he did horrible things to his own people in regards to governmental wise, but also prisoners captured, torturing, all that shit. But yeah, that's not a good guy. But to dismiss the overt subversion of another nation by Western powers, if you ignore that, you're a fucking idiot. If you don't know about it, well, now you know. Or at the very least, go look into it. Call me an idiot and go look into it for yourself. Then come back and report to me. Like, tell me. I'm willing to hear everyone out. I could be dumb on. I am dumb on this, relatively speaking. But let's keep it rolling. There we go.
And blah blah blah. And there is some truth to that, but he wasn't better because he was brutal and stuff. So it's just different, you know. Say
He at least protected the Christians.
Yeah, but new boss, same as the old boss. Like this. So now,
oh, mom, you hot mom.
They were going after everybody before too, you know. But it is good to see that the Trump administration still wants to do more to pull back the U.S. forces from war zones.
Now, that, once again, is... By the way, the first time Trump claimed to pull troops back from Syria, he put them in Iraq, ironically enough. Now, that could be surrounding the Soleimani thing, for all we know, of the reasons why he shipped them to Iraq. But then he ended up sending them back to Syria. Anyways, one got favoritism from penis faces like this. And the other event got unreported by penis faces like this. It was like very interesting how that happens. So once again, logically speaking, 2,000 troops in during Trump's term, right? Did Biden go like, okay, let's add 8,000 troops to Syria, and then we'll lower it down to 2,000 by the end of my term. And now, then when Trump comes back in, he's like, okay, it's at 2,000 again. Now I'll lower it to 1,400. Is that what happened? I can't say I know. I've been out of politics for a while, man. So someone tell me. Did Biden increase the troop level to something above 2,000, right? And then at some point lower them back to 2,000, and then gave it back to Trump, and Trump was like, okay, I'll lower even more to 1,400. Or was it Trump boosted the numbers up to 2,000, Biden left the 2,000 there, and now Trump's lowering the 2,000, and he's gonna get credit for it from penis faces? Someone tell me what's happening here. Once again, I've been out of the game for like 4 or 5 years, man. Someone tell me what's happening. Anyways, let's continue. Dummies.
What's this? President Trump, however, has expressed deep skepticism about keeping any U.S. troops in the country. At least for now, the reductions that started on Thursday are based on ground commanders' recommendations to close and consolidate bases. And
well, sorry, before he reads that, let me back up. There might be a reason for that, for why we can now reduce soldiers there, because, well, the job is done. Assad is out, which is what Trump wanted during his first 4 years. There's no disputing that. There's zero dispute for that. Thus, we got him out there. We got him out. So now we can reduce soldiers. Now, someone's going to ask me, like, oh, Jordan, but how? But those soldiers weren't fighting the Syrian army, like, directly. So, like, that doesn't make sense, Jordan. Well, if you're guarding their oil fields or their wheat fields or any type of resources, which hinders their economy, guess what? That can help to overthrow a fucking country, especially while you're funding the guys that are trying to take it over. So if you leave U.S. troops there, right, and then after all let's be real, the sketchy information or sketchy evidence about a gas attack on his own people, that's what Trump was using as a narrative to bomb Syria in the first place, right? If you're worried about that, there's no way that if there's a bunch of U.S. troops using an oil field and using their bodies as a human shield against these oil fields, there's no way Assad's going to want to, like, shoot them or kill them, to where, like, now Trump has full capabilities now. Now he's allowed to fully bomb the fucking shit out of you because you killed an American citizen or an American soldier. And Assad's like, I ain't touching that bait, bro. I'm leaving that alone. Thus, you are hindering the economy of Syria, who's in the middle of a fucking war. By the way, we're doing that with Venezuela as well. We don't have soldiers directly guarding their oil fields, but what we do is we sanction anyone that deals with them in regards to their oil or any type of deal. Pretty sure. Anything that might make the Venezuelan economy stay sustainable, they are sanctioning them. Why? Because they want the country to fall. Now, the on-the-surface excuse is, oh, well, it's because they're socialists and socialism doesn't work. That's what idiots at Prager or penis faces like this will say. They'll say things like that while ignoring the idea of like, yo, wait, you guys are holding back money and gold from these motherfuckers and then saying their economics don't work, which makes no fucking sense. While also boosting up the rival crew that wants to take over the fucking country, which happened during Obama, under Obama as well, but in Trump's first term with the Juan Guaido guy. I mean, it's really not rocket science. All you have to do is like look at the information. That's it. Just look at it, and you'll know. I think it's pretty self-explanatory at that point. It's not some rocket science shit. I'm not some genius. I'm not some foreign policy genius. I'm not Douglas Murray embedded with the fucking Israeli military. I don't need that shit. It's it's simple. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise, bro. Look at it and be like, okay, at the very least, I can ask a question about this. If I had the chance to talk to President Trump, I can ask him a question about this. At the very least. I think, from my own intuition, is that you might be surprised by the fucking answer to it. You might be surprised. Seriously, we're like, oh fuck, I'm seeing a Douglas Murray right now. Oh fuck, it's that same look that Dave Smith had, arguing with Douglas Murray. Like, holy fuck, the devil's in front of me. What the fuck? Don't worry, Bill Maher didn't ask any of those questions, bro. Don't worry about that. So Bill didn't see the devil face. I'm telling you right now, you ask one of these questions to President Trump, 1v1 privately, you might see a Douglas Murray pop out. But anyways, let's continue.
Do more to pull back the U.S. forces from war zones. What's this?
Is he doing work for that?
President Trump, however, has expressed deep skepticism about keeping any U.S. troops in the country. At least for now, the reductions that started on Thursday are based on ground commanders' recommendations to close and consolidate bases and were approved by the Pentagon and its Central Command. The official said, speaking on the condition of anonymity...
I wonder if they screen their articles they go over.
So, again, it's a good thing that the U.S. is getting out of, war zones, but... these, like the guys that are over there, they're not dudes that are there because they don't want to be, right? Again, when I say that they're Green Berets, they're the kind of like tier 1 kind of dudes. They're tier 1 guys. And
just like Venezuela?
And
yeah.
Those guys are the kind of guys that are like, yo, put me in, coach. I joined the army because I want to fight bad guys. Point me at the bad guys.
Well, what are they doing there right now? Do we have any idea?
No,
we're taking the oil.
Part of their job.
Intelligence gathering going on. And
wait.
Whatever, but
wait. We watch. See, they just make it up, like they're watching fucking Homeland. You see that? Like they're watching Homeland. Oh, you're probably gathering intelligence and stuff like that. Meanwhile, there's a blatant video of the guy saying, "We're gonna take the oil. We're there for the oil. We're taking the oil. That's what we're there for." Now, once again, unless Biden increased the troop level to 10,000, then dropped it back down to 2,000 before he left, you have to assume the same 2,000 that were there that Trump put there Trump put there in his first term are the same like amount of soldiers there during Biden's term for the same fucking reasons. Considering the result. So he's reducing troops in an action that he fucking took in the first place. And then he told everyone why they're there. We're guarding the oil. We control the oil. It's ours now. We control it. He told everyone. These guys, I guess, didn't hear about it, maybe? Or if they did hear about it, would they say it? Would these guys say it? I hope they would. Once again, penis face here. I have no faith in that guy. I have no faith in him. And this fucking dweeb. No faith in him. The 3 ladies, I don't know them. I don't know these people. Maybe they would say something if they knew about it or whatever. Penis Face, I don't trust him. I think he carefully curated the story and said, okay, stop at this paragraph here, or let's find an article that doesn't give the prior context of the scenario. That's my guess. Timmy gave him hey, Penis Face, yeah, run the show today. Run the show for me today. I got you, Tim. And he handles the stories and he makes sure certain things are there, certain things maybe not. Possibly. I mean, I'll give him room. There's time left. Let's see what happens. Maybe he does bring up the prior context. But here we go.
These, like the guys.
I hope
that
he
are over
does.
There,
I really do.
They're not dudes that are there because they don't want to be, right? Again, when I say that they're Green Berets, they're the kind of like tier 1 kind of dudes.
Trust me, I'm an expert.
Support. And like those guys are the kind of guys that are like, yo, put me in, coach. I joined the army because I want to fight bad guys. Point me at the bad guys.
Well, what are they doing there right now? Do we have any idea?
No, and I think
Just telling campfire stories.
Gathering going on and whatever, but
Wait, I want to hear her say that.
What are
Sorry.
they doing there right now? Do we?
I want to see the hot mom.
And I think that's
say this.
their job.
intelligence gathering going on.
Intelligence
and whatever,
gathering.
But
Okay. Intelligence
That's-
gathering. Of what?
We've had people in Syria for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Since
mean,
when?
So do you guys have a sense
How
that
many?
it's a good thing or a bad thing? What's your
Well, I
opinion?
mean, it really depends on what your perspective
Did he turn
is,
them into
right?
girls?
What's your worldview? So it's a good
Don't you love that? You just turn them into girls right there. Instead of people, they're girls. Oh, okay, guys. All right, darling. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So do you guys have a sense that it's a good thing or a bad thing? What's your
Well, I
opinion?
mean, it really depends on.
Gotta give
what
him
your
more context,
perspective
my
is,
man.
right? What's your worldview? So it's a good thing if you think that the United States should withdraw its tendrils from all over the world and come back home and bring our troops back home and be a little bit more.
Wait, they're coming home? Is that in the article? Did anyone see that in the article? They're coming home? Oh, shit. I didn't see that. Was that in there?
They're withdrawing from Syria.
That means coming home, though, Jesse, right? It has to mean that.
No, that's what they're making it sound like.
Oh. Why'd they get my hopes up like that? What the fuck? They got my hopes up. Damn it, man. I got tricked again. Again, they tricked me, man. All right, let's keep playing. Maybe it does say we're bringing troops home. Let's find out. No, you fucking cunts. They're on YouTube, right? 100% on YouTube. Nope, you fucking cunts. Fuck you, Douglas Murrays. There's no chance. Timcast. They went the premium. Is it right here? Yeah. Okay. I gotta find out where they were. Is there a transcript here? It's all being done live, folks. There's no transcript yet. Fuck.
Is it good or bad?
Better, you know.
She better.
Yeah.
But like
Versus the coverage of Rachel Morin.
Making the
Yeah, I'm looking for articles here.
It's from a left-leaning perspective. It is the Donald Trump
Same
is
article.
the big boogeyman.
Mhm.
And again, this speaks to the
That's not it.
point that Libby brought up early, at least on Metcalf's father for showing up to
Okay,
a
that's the
Thursday
story we just
game
went
on
over.
the
They
Frisco
were going over
Independent
that
School
before.
District, as well as the weather for the murder
Always go with
suspects
YouTube,
having
folks.
Assad era has reduced some threats from war zones. What's this?
You can full screen this.
President Trump, however, has expressed deep skepticism about keeping Anders. Are they kind of like those guys are the kind of bad. That's
Bring him home.
We've had people in Syria for a long time.
yeah.
There we go. Back
Yeah.
to the same spot.
I mean,
Nice.
so do you guys have a sense that it's a good thing or a bad thing?
No editing,
What's
folks.
your
I mean,
opinion?
it really depends on what your perspective is, right? What's your worldview? So it's a good thing if you think that the United States should withdraw its tendrils from all over the world and come back home and bring our troops back home and be a little bit more America focused and a little more isolationist. And it's a bad thing if you are a globalist who really wants to have America's reach in every corner of the world.
Do you
Go ahead, Jesse.
I have a
I got
question.
no words for that one. Please go ahead.
I have a question because it sounds like she prefers, to not have our tentacles and everything in the world, right?
Yep.
But I saw Trump like because they're talking about Trump withdrawing troops, right? So
Mhm.
I saw that he wants $1 trillion Pentagon budget for this year. So
Well,
what is he gonna
stop.
do with that?
Nope, stop, Jesse, stop. That's not the story. Focus on the story. Was that brought up in the story? Don't bring that up, bro. Leave that on the side over there.
Okay.
Is he withdrawing troops or not? He is. All right.
From Syria.
Don't put it like that. Don't say that, bro. Stop
Okay.
it. Stop.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He's withdrawing troops. That's all you need. That's the only headline you need to fucking know. Okay?
Yeah.
And the deep state wants their tentacles everywhere. And Trump's just he's trying to lower the troop count. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Duh. You commie, Jesse? What's going on here, bro? You communist? What's going on? You a commie?
Nah, never been.
I'm trolling, but like at the same time, it's like, come on, dude. Simple, basic questions from rudimentary, just looking at things. You don't even need that idea of the $1 trillion budget, Jesse. All you have to do is ask, like, well, how'd they get there? How'd the troops get there in the first place? That's it. That's it. That's all you need. It's a simple ass dumb guy question. That's all you would need. Once you find the answer, it's like, oh, okay. This is bullshit. Got it.
Well, for me, mostly, I just think back to the first term, and like you would move troops from one place to another and call that withdrawal. So
yes,
that's why I learned from that.
I mean, I think the initial 2000, I think there was more there. No, wait. I think no, weren't there?
There were because there were multiple conflicts, right? So he would move,
yes,
like okay, we're withdrawing from like Afghanistan, then move them over here, there, all this,
yeah,
like shuffling.
I'm pretty sure he moved troops from Syria to Iraq, and then put 2,000 back into Syria for the oil. We're keeping the oil. We're guarding the oil, right? So, damn, man. It's like, damn. Like, here's the thing, Jesse. If I wanted to be an asshole, I could just say nothing, go over this video, and just call them wrong without saying any like stories or stats or playing any videos. Just be like, "Oh, these guys are idiots. They're so wrong." And then a Tim Pool fan would show up in my comment section, unprepared, not knowing the things that we're saying right now, like absolutely unprepared for it. And they would get rolled over thinking they're hearing experts on this fucking thing right here. Now, I'm definitely not an expert. I kind of repeat what I hear, kind of, and I question it, and I say, like, has anyone heard better information? Let me know. Right? I'm a commentator. My thing is about morality and shit like that. Like, that's my main thing. That's what I care about. But at the same time, it's like I do say some information that I'm getting from somewhere else. Let's be honest. It's just some reason it feels like my sources are a lot more in the realm of expertise than these fucking idiots. It's almost like it's like because it feels like there's a blockade for them mentally where they have to make Trump look good. That's what it feels like.
I've learned a long time ago that specific phrase that he said, like, shoots my ears up and says, "Oh, something's wrong here." And that phrase is this good or bad? Because first, you shouldn't need to ask, right? Like if it's black or white, that type of contrast, like, do you not know? Are you taking a poll? Are you like how do you determine this, right? And then like it if that's all they're trying to come out of this, it's forming teams. Like they're trying to side things. So that means that's not to inform you. That's to dumb you down. That's to make you dumb. That's the whole purpose. It's like, okay, this is a simple audience. They're basically taking you as dumb, and we're gonna make it entertainment for you, and because otherwise you wouldn't be able to understand this. So
I think it gets worse,
that's
Jesse.
what I hear.
I think
That's what I hear.
I think it gets worse because even the black and white scenario he set up is not correct. Also, I think that's also incorrect. So it's like, so they're not even working off of like a correct basis as far as like information I've heard. These guys are almost in the opposite, not opposite lane, but like they're covering half the story by saying, oh, like it's like brought up with Biden, Kamala is brought up, right? But the idea of lowering troops is Trump, right? They're trying to say that's the good thing, right? They know the audience feels that lowering the troop count is a good thing. Bring our troops home. They didn't even say go home. They said lower troop counts in Syria, right? And Trump's the one ahead of that. Meanwhile, it was 2000 when he put it up to 2000 in the first place, which is not being brought into the fucking story at all.
Just a decrease. Yeah.
Exactly. So like if it's the positive side of what Trump does, it gets covered. The negative side of what Kamala or Biden or Democrats do is the negative of the story. And they say like, hey, choose. What do you think? Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? That's the main question here, Jesse. Who's the good guy or the bad guy? Democrats or Republicans? Or maybe less so Republicans. Democrats or Trump? Who's bad? Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? It's stupid. It's dumb.
Let's say you have limited information, right? Like you're put in this position. They put him on the spot. Like, hey, you know, I'm taking a day off. You're gonna run this shit. So let's say he has limited information.
Yeah.
And so he presents it. But while he's presenting it, he's telling you about the personalities of these people that are there and how they like what was it like they're green berets, they're like he starts to describe these people. What he's describing is personas. He's not describing, you know, Jim.
And they want to stay
He's
there.
describing like it's almost like an archetype.
Yeah.
Like which means he's making it up. Like it's very clearly telling you a campfire story. So like I mean if you do that for entertainment value, okay, that's what it is. But this is being presented like news, right? Like that's exactly how they're communicating this.
They showed an article with no context to it. And I'm not going to do this right now, but me and James used to watch Timmy review like articles, and he'd stop before the article ended. And we're like, I wonder why. We would look up the fucking articles, and there'd be added context at the end of the thing that this fool would leave out of his videos. I'm telling you, it's as squirmy, schemy as it fucking gets. I wish I had like an exact example, so just don't take my word for it. But I'm telling you, me and James experienced that shit watching this fool's fucking not these guys, but Timmy's fucking videos. Where he's like, I work 16 hours a day, I do 5 videos a day, I'm doing all this work. And you realize he's reading half the article, leaving out the context that makes maybe someone look bad or someone look good. And that's it, that's the story. And he'd get the views for it. And it's like, this is fucking so dishonest. So brazenly dishonest. But whatever. All right, let's keep going.
Do you think that is the sense of a globalist, or do you think that that's the sense of someone that believes that the United States should
like
have an expansive military footprint? Because I think that there is a difference between.
I think that the globalists and the war.
Wait. This guy was about to say, I think there's a difference between globalist and people who want to put military bases all around the world. I think there's a difference. I think that's what he's about to say.
Of someone that believes that the United States should have an expansive military footprint, because I think that there is a difference between.
I think that the globalists and the warmongers have a lot of similarities. They want that reach.
Is that where he was going? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Want that. They want the hard power and they want the soft power to go along with it. So like, for example, if you're going to do soft power operations in Syria or in the Middle East, you need a place to do them from, right? And you need to have a little hard power there to back it up. So I think those two things go hand in hand.
So is Donald Trump a warmonger or a globalist? Because he does exactly what the fuck this girl just described. As far as we all understand from journalists, once again, we're not all Douglas Murrays, right? We can't get on the ground in Beirut somewhere, right? But as far as we understand, based on journalists saying things out loud, Trump would have to be one or the other, right? He's either a warmonger or a globalist, based on the way she just described that. All right, let's hear that again, just a little bit more. Let's hear that again.
They want that. They want that. They want the hard power and they want the soft power to go along with it. So like, if, for example, if you're going to do soft power operations in Syria or in the Middle East, you need a place to do them from, right?
Okay.
And you need to have a little hard power there to back it up. So I think those two things.
Oh, it's literally his fucking foreign policy. Literally his foreign policy. But they'll only attribute it to fucking Biden or Obama or some sort of left winger. Maybe even George W. Bush, they might attribute it to him. But somehow there's these 4-year gaps of Donald Trump era that they don't recognize as doing the same exact fucking thing. Once again, I would not be surprised if Trump left 2,000 troops in Syria, Biden kept the 2,000 troops there, while Syria is like still fighting a war. And then when the war's over, Trump's like, okay, now we can lower the troop count. after Assad and Syria fell. But yet they're not going to call that warmongering or globalization. What are they going to call it? He's bringing troops. They can't say bringing troops home. They have to say he's lowering troops in Syria. Lowering troop counts in Syria. Here we go. I'm wrecked.
What do you think, Lisa?
I think if I say what I really think, that I'll get the show taken down. But I'm definitely not in favor of sending any money over there or putting troops on the ground in excess or anything like that.
In excess.
I won't spend a single dime over there anymore. However,
I can't say stuff like.
What about Israel? Oh, she can't say the Israel thing, is what she's saying, right? Because we do send a lot of money over there, and it's not just Israel. It's Saudi Arabia. It's UAE. It's all these. It's a lot of places. I mean, the guys that control Syria now, we funded them in the first place. All right, you can go even further back to when the idea of ISIS was created with al-Baghdadi and this Jolani guy. That these guys were in prison together, formed ISIS, miraculously escaped somehow. I don't know what happened. Maybe they let them go. I don't know. Meanwhile, ironically, there's innocent people being tortured in fucking Guantanamo Bay that Obama never prosecuted. You know, we just torture some folks. Trump comes in, brings in Gina Haspel, who's overlooking the torturing of people. Like, it's so fucking funny, isn't it? It's an interesting fucking story, isn't it? But anyways, okay, Jolani, Baghdadi, they formed this group. They come from in prison by U.S. people, escape, then they get funded by U.S. people or U.S. Intelligence people, right? And then boom, now they run Syria. And Trump's like, yo, let's get out of Syria. Now he's officially like, yo, let's lower troops in Syria. You can't make this shit up, guys. It's on its face a bad script. And there's people who are, let's be real, they're looking through footnotes instead of the fucking script that's in front of you, dude. I mean, granted, my shit is footnotes too, but like, their footnotes are even smaller, bro. In all lowercase letters. Like, it's like they're getting nothing. They heard nothing about any of this. And yet they're picking sides in regards to whatever. All right, here we go. Keep it going.
I won't spend a single dime over there anymore. However,
I can't say stuff like that. The chat goes wild.
However, I think, well, I really don't want any money over there at all. Like, I don't care.
By the way, I would ask this woman to marry me, like, instantly. I'm in love. She looks like Cordy from Angel. I'm in love. Anyways, keep it going.
Care where. And even Israel, I don't
Where's
want
my
to money
napkins
over
at?
there either.
My
But I
tissues at?
really think people wildly underestimate the threat of Islam, and they do it because for whatever reason that they wildly underestimate it. They definitely, I've been doing that kind of stuff in England and in Brussels and all over the place.
Okay, England, Brussels. She means like immigrants coming in. Well, once again, this is a question I asked someone in my comments before, where it's like, is it that their homes and their homelands being destabilized or blown up or whatever the fuck? Is that why they're coming over to Europe? Or is it they really like fish and chips? Which one is it? Now, she seems like a ditz, which is also very attractive. Once again, I'm very attracted to this woman. She's a full-blown ditz, knows nothing about anything, but she goes on lunch. She has brunches with her girlfriends, and they talk about this stuff. They say nothing of importance, but it's pure ditziness, and it's cute. It's adorable. It's hot. But for this scenario, where we're talking about foreign policy, I think she should do some fucking studying of once again, dumb guy questions. Dumb guy or dumb gal questions, right? Why the fuck are people leaving their homes and coming to a foreign country where they start from zero there, essentially? Well, most of them, not all of them, but most of them start from zero, basically. And you need public housing, public help, all that shit. Versus a territory where they actually own their land. They're surrounded by people like them, with governments that look like them. Let's be racist about it. Why would they leave all that? Is it just every Arab is just an evil fucking dictator and they shit on their own people over and over and over again? Is that what's going on here? Is it every brown person in South America, every black person in Africa, every brown person in the Middle East? They're all just evil fucking dictators that shit on their own people. And that's why they leave. Is that what's really going on? And it's like, if you're playing that game, bro, you're gonna have something. I'm telling you, man. You are missing. You have no fucking clue. And hopefully, in your heart, you pay for it. Not physically. I mean, in your heart. Oh, fuck, I found out the truth, and shit, I was a fucking idiot for years. Damn, I feel bad about this now. My tax money goes to blowing these people's houses up, and their families up, and their governments up, where now they feel no other choice other than, they have to flee. These guys are oh, Christians! What's happening in Syria? Assad wasn't killing Christians like this. But these new guys are fucking murdering them en masse. They're killing them en masse now. And that was a part of U.S. foreign policy to have that happen. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't an accident. That wasn't jihadism. That was part of the fucking plan. And these guys don't fucking know it. At the same time, this fucking hot mom is yeah, oh my god, with her sippy fucking cup and their Apple fucking laptop saying, oh man, why do they keep coming to our countries? Holy shit, bro. I want you to have a place to get your nails done, but don't leave foreign policy alone, lady. Do something else, man. I don't want your life to get worse. I want their lives to be better. And if you think, us going over there trying to make their lives better, it has fucked everything up. No, we weren't over there to make their lives better. You better fucking learn, bro. There's vipers in your fucking hen house, bro. And you don't fucking know it, you ditz. God. Here we go.
Because
so
for whatever
disappointing,
reason
so
that they
stupid.
wildly underestimate it, they definitely, I've been doing that kind of stuff in England and in Brussels and
Please
all
tell
over the
me.
place.
Tell me you know more.
Widely underestimate how that can totally ruin your entire country. If I want them all over there, let them all fight each other. Let them all kill each other. I don't care, right? But
she's saying it like they're just naturally doing it. I'm telling you, we are funding hands. We are greasing hands. We are greasing wheels. We're contributing to this directly. She doesn't know it. She thinks they're just dumb Arabs that just want to kill all the time. She doesn't fucking know, dude. She doesn't know about Mujahideen and fucking Osama bin Laden. She doesn't know about that. It's fuck you, goddamn tits. It's kind of sexy, though. I'll be real. It's kind of sexy. Right? She just knows nothing, and I would just school her on every debate. She'd get pissed off and just spank me. Right? She'd be like, shut up. Shut the fuck up, Jordan. I'd be like, yes. Show me your anger. Yes. Just rolling her in every debate ever. Fuck you. Oh yeah, say it again. I'm sorry to all the ladies. I'm a very disrespectful man. But at least you're getting the real me, you know? Let's continue.
Definitely think we should at least have some ears on the ground so that if they're coming over here or they're planning an attack, that we can what I would do
She
is just,
knows.
like,
She knows
the whole
nothing.
region. But that's me.
So,
Oh my God! She's bombed the whole region. She knows nothing. She knows absolutely nothing. Oh, God, it's so attractive. That's so hot. All right, let's continue. Even dumb, like Timmy fans know that was a bad thing. Like, even they know she knows nothing, but they're probably like, "I agree with you, Jordan. It's kind of hot. She knows nothing." We need submissive women out here, okay? But we need we need submissive tyrants, okay? It's beautiful. It's a balance. It's yin yang. Let's continue. I'm gonna piss so many people off with this.
Oh, the whole region.
I think
It's just jokes, folks. Congrats.
Yeah.
Relax.
Boop. God, what do you?
Would you support giving asylum to Christians?
Yeah. No, I probably wouldn't. No, actually, no.
So it seems
They
to be
could
the
go to-
only reason why we
They
would
could
be
go.
there. Is
They
to
can go to
protect
Christian.
them.
They can go.
Their only reason, oh my God, only reason we're there is to protect the Christian. Like, she's a fucking idiot. They're all dumb. They're all dumb, bro. Oh, fuck. Someone help me. Why am I doing this video alone? Someone help me. What is going on here? They're so stupid. They know nothing about anything. It's like adorable, but sad at the same time. What do I do with this? Fuck. It's just like it really is. It's like a bunch of girlfriends out at brunch talking about Middle East foreign policy, and it was like, but we're there to protect the Christians. Like, oh my God, oh fuck. If any one of these people gets in a position of power, the world ends, bro. She just said, can we just drop the nukes on it? Just end them. Can we just kill all of them? Holy fuck, she just said that out loud. Timmy would have pulled them back at least. But Timmy needs to surround himself with idiots, bro. He needs that to happen. It's the only way to keep the business going. But Timmy'd be like, I don't believe in that, and, Thank you, ad blocker, for randomly. Ad blocker's like, yo, just hit play, Jordan. All right, stop. Don't get in the way of this. Where are we at? Sorry, that was a potential video of the U.S. corporations and the Nazis helping Nazis out. Sorry, that's not a news story either. They're like, no. Why do you hate the U.S. so much? All right, here we go.
Now they have
It always turns into fun time on Timmy's show, even when he's not here.
I think that we should stop immigration for the next 10 years. No more people in here. We're done. We're full.
I actually.
Oh my God! Like, who the fuck? Where did this guy come from? What the fuck is this dweeb? Who's this Magic the Gathering expert?
They pulled that dude out of a fucking Red Lobster dumpster. Gotcha.
Nah, bro. He was at a Magic the Gathering tournament at Electronic Boutique, bro. They pulled him out of there. They said, "Yo, do you want to talk politics?"
He plays. What is it? Legend of Warcraft? What?
Oh my God! This lady said, "No more immigrants to the U.S. We're full. We're full, bro. No more immigrants." Jeez. She just says that matter of fact with no care. Like, let's be real. She's not actually analyzing anything when she's saying that. She's just saying it. If that actually came to pass, she'd be like, "Oh, I mean, why are you listening to me? I don't know what I'm talking about," right? She'd be like, oh my God. What is she, like 40? She gotta be like 40, right? She looks great. She looks amazing.
That woman is well above 40.
Whatever. I'm saying 40. You know what? That's a win for me for saying that.
40.
And it's like, it's going to take her till she's 80 to figure it out. That's what it's looking like. Because she's in the girlfriend phase of her life. It's like, yeah, keep them out of the country. Not knowing any of the context. The children blowing up. She probably has kids. She's like, man, imagine a kid that looks just like your kid, but maybe a little darker skin or whatever. He has dirt on his face, but his legs are missing. Is that okay? You okay with that? Yeah, your tax money pays for that. Like, someone's going to school her one day. But it might be too late. She might be 80 years old at that point. It's like, fuck, I wasted my life on fucking Tim Pool's fucking show. Fuck. Anyways, let's hear the baddest guy at the arcade.
10 years. No
the
more
baddest
people.
motherfucker in the arcade. Let's hear him.
We're full.
I actually.
There's no room at the inn.
We're done.
I just think there are no neighboring Christian countries, and that's the problem. There's not really any neighboring.
Well,
Christian
okay, so
countries that are.
I mean,
Israel would really.
There's Christians in all these countries. You dumb fuck. Where's our neighboring Muslim countries? In the U.S. We don't have them. You dummy. Wait. Is that why? Wait. It's because they're Muslim. That's why they're just blowing each other up. But you guys bring no context to the table to make that true. Right? They're ignoring all the other contexts. In fact, someone could actually make the case. I know these ditzes won't know that. These dumb fucks won't know that someone can actually make an actual case out of this. But they don't realize that someone can make the case that it's because of quote unquote Christian interference that the Middle East is in absolute turmoil. They may not know that. Which is incredible. They may not know that Saddam Hussein was secular. He wasn't a fucking, Alibaba, fucking hardcore Muslim motherfucker. He's not like that. He was a secular dictator. Holy shit, these fools have no clue. Not a fucking clue. And it's like, damn, Timmy. I guess Timmy is the foreign policy expert on his own show because he brings in the dumbest fucks on this topic. It's just a bunch of girlfriends, deadass, a bunch of girlfriends hanging out. Oh my God, girl, let me tell you. These Muslims, though, they be doing some Muslim shit out there. Let me tell you, girlfriend. That's what the fuck is happening here. Look at her fucking face. I'm telling you, dude. There we go.
Really be the best.
Okay, keep going though. Keep going. Is there anywhere closer than us? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's
But
Europe.
They also
Europe's not
don't
Christian
accept
countries
anyone else.
anymore.
Yeah, true.
It used to
They're
be.
Poland. The only place they can go is
Hungary.
Poland.
Also
And good
Hungary.
for Poland. Poland has the
Hungary.
right idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can go somewhere else. Don't come here.
So so you made a remark
my
about about intel, right? A lot of times, it's my understanding that if you don't have people, human intelligence, then you really don't have much. Now you can do if I understand correctly, you can do a lot with signal intelligence. That's monitoring phone calls, monitoring the internet.
Oh my God!
The real payoff comes from human intelligence. That's people that know people on the ground. If you don't have people on the ground,
And Christians.
This was what we ran into after 9/11. We didn't have intelligence in Afghanistan. We didn't have a lot of intelligent assets.
A lot of that, yeah.
All in all kinds of places.
That is also, I'm pretty sure, not true. I'm pretty sure that's not true. We didn't have intelligence in Afghanistan. Did you say Afghanistan?
Intelligent
Lost
assets.
a lot of that, yeah.
All in all kinds of places. We didn't have intelligence in Afghanistan. We didn't have.
How'd we get the Mujahideen to fight Russia? And how'd that happen? Wasn't it Brzezinski over there giving a speech? Oh, we love you people. We love your faith and all that. You're telling me the U.S. didn't have intelligence assets over there? Did he even forget the basic, Michael Moore version of fucking U.S. foreign policy? He forgot that? I might be done with this video. These are too dumb of people. They're too stupid. This is embarrassingly dumb. We didn't have intelligence there. So you know what? Maybe if Trump just starts increasing the number of intelligence everywhere, it's good. Because the Democrats aren't going to do it, so we got to do it. I wonder if he goes there. Can you imagine? God? Never mind. All right, here we go.
Have a lot of intelligent
Lost
assets.
a lot of that, yeah.
All in all kinds of places. Do you and because you specifically mentioned the threat of Islam, do you think or
Islam.
like global jihad kind of Islam?
It's coming.
Do you think
It's
that
coming.
I'm
coming
the US
too.
Is better served by having
Just
those
comedy,
kind of
folks.
assets, or
Relax.
do you think that it should be a full pullback?
Stop
And I think
crying at me,
I wanna
all right?
go
Jesus.
everybody with that.
I definitely don't. I don't necessarily think boots on the ground, but I definitely think you should have people there.
Well, there are going to be sandals on the ground.
Yeah, I think that there should be sandals on the ground.
Wow.
Some sandals on the
Well, the
ground.
point that I'm making is
Just
it's
to
Wow. You know what's funny is God, she's so attractive because she's so stupid. She's like really dumb. This woman is so fucking dumb. I'm wrecked. I'm in love, but also she is somehow she might be mind melting people into the stupidest ideas on planet Earth. But that's also really hot. You know what I'm saying? It's like Hillary Clinton, bro. It's like hot that. I mean, well, Hillary's a lot more sharper, right? She knows what she's doing. She's a full blown psychopath. She knows what she's doing. This is a mom who makes cookies on Sundays and shit like that. Who pretends to be Christian and shit like that. Like she's one of those people. That would piss her off so much, and it would just be another hot attribute. Like, oh, you're a Christian, huh? Let's go find Jesus together. See what he says about all your little the Arabs need to go type shit. The Muslims need to go while not knowing a fucking lick about anything. Fucking unironically wearing a American flag shirt. Come on, lady. Do better. Do way better. Before you meet Jesus, do better. So that he'll be like, all right, you tried your best to get better. I got it. Good job. All right, here we go.
To prevent threats that would be on the homeland. Like we don't need to
threats on the
manipulate
homeland.
Their governments or deal with that. If they want to, hurt each other, fine, right? Like, you go do your thing, fight each other.
So she knows about manipulating governments, but she's also saying that they're just purposely destroying their own lands and territory. My God. Where are these people found from? I am wrecked. But all right, here we go.
Who cares? But the minute that it comes here, then that's where I have an issue. And so we should have some intelligence on the ground to get some intel for that.
Libby, what do you?
So she's saying 9/11 because we funded those guys in the first place. Al Qaeda used our intelligence and their understanding of us to attack us. That's on the paper or on the surface. Like everyone recognizes that type shit. So once again, it's a fuck up by your government, but she refuses, apparently, unless it's Democrat, she refuses to recognize that, like, yo, these guys it's not just crazy Muslims who just want to destroy the world. Our hand is in all those things, Al-Qaeda, to ISIS, to governments, to downfalls of governments, to bombing campaigns, to proxy groups, to all, like, our hands. You could see the U.S.'s hands all over it. And she's pretending like they just want to do this anyway, so we just helped them out. Or maybe we helped out by accident. But they always wanted to destroy each other. Like, come on, lady. You fucking dummy. Just give me a hug already, all right? Let's move on with life. I know you're bored. You're living bored, stay-at-home mom shit. You want to start a podcast out of nowhere. Dick ride Trump, get some viewers, and now you're a fucking foreign policy expert. Fuck. Come on. Let's do a book club, Do that instead. All right, here we go. I'm such an asshole. Sorry.
I'm not sure. I think it makes sense to have intelligence operations, but I really don't know what that looks like.
Well, because as soon as
we were operating at a base in Syria that was controlled by, I think, the Assad regime previously. Yeah. So once Assad fell, we no longer.
We were operating at a base that Assad controlled. This nerd might know more, but she's protecting the orange penguin. I need to hear that.
A base in Syria that was controlled by, I think, the Assad regime previously. Yeah. So once Assad fell, we no longer have any protection in that area, and we certainly don't have any.
We have an aircraft carrier.
Assad was our protection,
but we don't have. We are certainly not in the good graces of the government there.
No,
right.
but they don't have an air.
We kind of funded them there. So Assad was protecting U.S. soldiers there? Is that what you're saying? Hey. This nerd knows more, but she's just go along to get along, maybe. Here we go.
Air Force, and
Right.
again, like
Sure, but like now you're talking about escalation.
no, well, only if they decide they're going to attack the
Right.
Americans.
So like
But-
then what? I mean, we lost people in Jordan last year. At a base
No, I'm fine.
there,
Jordan's
and
fine.
That was a pretty weird operation where we had put out drones, and when we brought the drones back,
they followed the drones.
They followed the drones back so that our guys couldn't detect them, and then they killed some people. Like I think it was 3 engineers from Georgia who got killed in that attack. But foreign policy
Which Georgia?
is definitely
Georgia
not
State
my strong suit.
or Georgia, the
Yeah.
country?
What do you think?
Same here.
Yeah.
That foreign policy is not really my thing.
Oh, yeah, I
that
could tell.
My brain just kind of when we're talking about geopolitics. But I will say, I think it's fair that we should have intelligence operations over there. It's just
So that
let's pull our troops out of the region, but
They can't do
that.
that. So foreign policy is not our thing. I'm done with this video. I'm done with this. These are just. I think the nerd girl knows more than everyone else in the room. I think she knows more, but she's afraid to say it, most likely, because I don't know why. It's the programming, all right? It's gonna hurt the theme of the whole show. So maybe she's keeping her fucking mouth shut. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, these guys have to wonder, like, man, why did this country or that country capture an American and say, yo, they're CIA. They're CIA. That's why we captured them. Meanwhile, a bunch of dumb fucks on a stupid fucking show are all telling everyone, yo, we should have intelligence over there. Like, what do you think's going to happen? The fuck? You don't think some of them speak English? You don't think they have the fucking internet? Do you think everyone's like, Sharia law? They're all just fucking robots? Like I said, Israel bombed Syria on Christmas while they were celebrating Christmas several times. No fucking nothing. It's like, fuck, life's not your strong suit, my lady. Sorry to say, like, life is not working well for you. Because if you knew the carnage that your government's doing, you're going to be like, I fucked up. Meanwhile, I was telling other people to shut up. It's crazy. I was telling other people to be quiet while these massacres were happening, and I defended things. While not knowing about the topics. Oh, man, I don't know anything about foreign policy, but, man, maybe we should have intelligence all over the place. What? Who the fuck says that? Who says that? Holy Christ. Yeah, I don't know anything about the NBA, but we should cut the league in half. What? It's fucking stupid on its face, bro. It's so fucking dumb. God, and this guy's leaning into his chair like he's the expert when he knows nothing either. The nerd girl knows more than I think everyone in the room, in my opinion. What'd the GameStop goon say? He was like, oh, well, there's not that many Christian nations surrounding them. What? That's why there's wars over there? Are you kidding me? God. And there's people who listen to this. There's people who get their information from this fucking podcast. It's embarrassing. Don't show up here, guys. Do not show up here. If you show up here, you're going to be unprepared because you got your education from idiots. It's just going to be embarrassing for you. But don't worry. It's only the internet. No one's going to find out about it unless I become super famous and put you on a spotlight. Say, oh, this message from Mark Fuckface here. He says, one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. He thought he was going to get away with it, but then I got famous. And now I'm showcasing it to everyone. That's where I'm at right now. That's how angry I get about these things. Because these people claim to be Christian. They claim to be. While cheering on their government that drops bombs on children, bro. Can you believe that? Fucking idiots, bro. Dumb fucks. Anyways, there's your video. Subscribe if you like, comment, agree, disagree, tell me what you think. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them. Do what you do, man. Be a good Christian. and donate some money to someone possibly in need, rather than an orange penguin that blows children up. Try that out for once. Just once. Try it out for once. Just once, you know? And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.